Hey there friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sohum and I'm on a mission to spread peace, love, and positivity through music. Today we're going to be reacting to some more anime openings and we're going to discuss the details in short order, but first I wanted to thank Amy, whose generous support made this reaction possible. And Amy always goes above and beyond when sending me requests. She gives me the entire backstory of these animes and the songs that we're listening to. So I'm going to pull up the screen here with all the information. And how I'm going to do this reaction is we'll go through each of the anime songs one by one, reading off some of the backstory, and then at the end of the listen through, give my rating. So I hope you guys enjoy this reaction today. And yeah, we're going to start off here with the Vinland Saga anime, which I've done a few reactions now, two openings from this anime. They've been amazing so far. This one we'll be checking out. It's called River by Anonymous. And Amy wrote, this arc of Vinland Saga, Thorfinn, so I guess it's a character in the show, Thorfinn transitions from a man hell-bent on revenge to a pacifist. This song perfectly shows his character change. Okay, that tells me I should expect some dynamics. Let's see what they got.
Water running stronger, rougher, holding onto anything. All I want is to survive it. If I let go, will it be the enemy? Got to move on, held on too long. Sweep me away, out into the ocean. Mighty river, release my soul. I need to see the world through the unknown. I'll go against my sorrow.
Look at this video, it's beautiful.
Out into the ocean.
Okay, that was really interesting. Honestly, I kind of just want to listen to all of that again, if that's okay with y'all, just to get my bearing straight. That song, for many reasons, I kind of understood it, but elements were not obvious to me. So let's just listen back. Definitely, I really like the singer. I think I'm a little less sold on the backing instrumentation. Oh, the harmony here. I love how breathy it is as well.
Out into the ocean.
Yeah, it's making more sense to me now. So I think it's a question of whether this song is in the 7s or 8s. I think there is a little bit of special sauce missing that would put it safely into the 9s. So because it's like in the 8s or 7s, I'll give it a range right now. I'll give it a 7.7 to 8.3. And then I'll revisit this later once I've heard some other things to give me more context for what my rating should be. Definitely the vocals stand out for me. I love the breathy delivery as well, but like my last comment here is why it's going to have a non-9 rating. I think if I'm expecting a lot of dynamic changes and, if we're supposed to see like, okay, somebody going from a violent man to a pacifist, you would expect that difference to be a lot more salient. In the song, it is a lot more gradual, and we never really build up or like explode at any point, which is a very reasonable thing. Not every song has to do that, but yeah, that was my expectation. I think I'll rate it in between this range for now. So let's talk about the second one here. The second song we're going to react to is from this anime called Undead Unluck. It's the first opening song titled Zero Ichi by Queen Bee, that's just an amazing name for an artist, Queen Bee, Bumblebee. Queen Bee's lead singer is Avu-chan. She is a transgendered female and likes to embody both the female and male parts of their voice. Avu-chan also did ending 11 of Chainsaw Man. What was my rating on that? Let me quickly pull that up. Oh, unless it's not on it might be in my hard drive at this point. Unfortunate. Okay, well, I'll have to look back at my Chainsaw Man reactions. Undead Unluck is about a man undead who cannot die and a woman unluck. Okay, so it's the man and the woman, undead and unluck, who will cause anyone who touches her, they will have the most unlucky event of their life happen. Undead hopes he can find a wicked awesome death by being with unluck. Oh, interesting. So a person who can't die with a person who gives you the worst possible death or unluckiness ever. This is from one of my favorite manga series that just completed in January. In this world, there are people called negators that negate rules of the world. Okay, so these are just basically like demigods, but for very specific purposes. Unbreakable, cannot break. Unmoved, can make people freeze in place. Injustice causes the someone to do the opposite of what they think is right. If she looks at you, and then of course undead and unluck. There are many more negators. A fun mystery develops in this world. That is a super interesting plot, and I love just the simplicity of Undead Unluck and that dynamic. But the fact that there were negators changes all the dynamics there. All right, let's check it out. Zero Ichi.
決めました。あいつは言った。死んだらどうなる。そこでナイフが飛び出してあっけなかった涙よりも早く。あのねここで消えたら意味ないしろうそくのように固まる血のワルツつなげてない手がこんなにあるのにな。ねえ死んだらどうなる。矢のように去っては過ぎてく季節譲れないまま持ち直して許せばきっと忘れちゃえ何もかも行く先優しさが立つ帰り道振り返る背に悲しげな眼差しありがとうとごめんを繰り返すまま踏み出したゼロイチ毎度最高な未来を期待しているあらがうまま生きる方を受け入れるならば自由を帰ろう想像が逆なく僕らはどうかしてく割り切れないこの理由を抱きしめては歌う今日も
Wow, interesting. That is yeah, that the way that the verses sounded, it felt like super pleasant, wholesome, but with this like aggressive undertone coming from the consistent heaviness in the drums and the vocals. We got some groovy bass in there as well. I wish they made the bass stand out even more than they did. The way that we kind of enter that chorus is a bit surprising. I wouldn't say it's bad. It's definitely gradual. It kind of like comes from within the earth and pushes through the ground. I would say this is probably like a 8.2. I do think that this song is a bit better than the first one, but I can't tell by how much. So I think that at least limits the range here to 8.1. Yeah, I like it. I like especially those outlined guitar chords, those like very simple melodies, do 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 do, kind of giving us this like melodic launch point. It also kind of highlights the chord progression, because oftentimes when you have like heavy guitars playing power chords and they are playing a chord progression, it's not as obvious what those pitches are. So when you have a cleaner guitar tone that highlights the individual notes in the chord, then for me it's easier to like mentally grab on to the melody, to the key that we're in. Yeah, it's nice. It's a nice one. I don't think it's like super standout, but I also don't think it's bad. It has a lot of great elements to it. Okay, let's check out the third one, shall we? This one is Oshi no Ko. The song is called Fatal by Gemn. Gemn, we'll call them. The anime is about the entertainment industry in Japan surrounding idols and music movies. There is a lot more to the series, but this is a giant can of worms to open. There's a big mystery, reincarnation, and murder. I've seen so many Bollywood movies, interestingly enough, with these exact elements: mystery, reincarnation, and murder. There's a movie called, I'll see if I can find it real quick, Bul Bulaiya. This one is one of the like original horror movies in Bollywood, at least ones that I saw. It's a scary picture of the woman. I'll see if I can find it for you. Yeah, whenever I saw this woman appear on my screen, I was scared. Absolutely. All right, let's check it out. Fatal. Dude, I don't even know what I just listened to right there. There were so many different things all at the same time, and then once I would like sort of understand what I heard in a section, we would just switch rapidly. It almost like, I would say this is like a worse version of auto because it felt more disjointed than a typical auto track with many changes. I'll add that here, disjointed. I feel like, yeah, from a production standpoint and from just like a musical standpoint, there were so many cool things that were done individually, but there was a very limited, I would say the transitions between those things felt very harsh, and there was limited cohesiveness with everything that was played. And something that honestly matters a lot, in addition to what I've just said, is the fact that I heard all of that and none of it stuck in my brain. There was not one melody that was like so overwhelmingly good or memorable that I now can like recount to you. And that's not because there isn't anything in there. It's more of an artifact of there was so much that was happening so fast. I never got a time for my brain to actually glob on to the sound. I think this is like the lowest performing one out of all of these. I do want to give it more than a 5 because I do think it's a good song, but it's hard for me to understand. Honestly, this one's going to get a 4.5 out of 10, a bit below average. Again, there's a lot of cool elements individually. The cohesiveness is not there in my opinion. Yeah. Interesting though. Definitely interesting. Let's listen to a little bit again and see if my brain does glob on. Maybe I'll bump it up a few more points. Let's see. Yeah, it's here. I'll just bump it up 0.2 just because I feel bad. But also, like, this requires multiple listens. That needs to be written. And the fact that it requires multiple listens isn't inherently a problem. But I feel like even if you were to like listen to it multiple times and you understand the transitions that happen, this could only ever like max out around like a 6.3. I think it's too confusing for its own good, and yeah, those are just my thoughts. I'm very curious to hear y'all's opinion on what I've been listening to and my own ratings, because I am a n equals 1, right? I only have my own brain to go off of here. But we have one more anime to check out. Hopefully this one is a bit better than 4.7 here. This one is called Dororo. Kane is the song, which means fire, by Queen Bee again. And yeah, as we heard from Queen Bee earlier with Undead Unluck, we had a good rating, 8.2. So let's check it out. A remake of a famous 1960s anime. It is an action revenge story character. I didn't know they had anime in the 60s. Sightless Hyakimaru wields fearsome prosthetics in place of the limbs. Let me read this again. Sightless H wields fearsome prosthetics in place of limbs his father traded to 12 demons. I swear the plots of these animes, they're just so absurd sometimes. When he encounters the young thief Dororo, the pair sets out to reclaim H's body parts and survive the demon-infested world. Okay, so it's basically reclaiming all of his limbs, but 12? Do you have 12 limbs? Where is 12 coming from? He made 12 separate trades of what? One arm, one leg. That's 4. Where do you get 3 more? I am confusion, but either way, let's check this out, shall we?
That is over. それでも踊りたかった眠れないくらい情熱の日はいつしかいつの日にか鼻から気づいているホムラはいつか消える、ね、何もいらないはずだったなのにまだ I'm so serious that, yeah.
Dude. Those high notes. Oh my god, just for those high notes, like immediately we're above a 4.7 here. I want to just immediately say like that was in the 7 or 8s as well, like something in this range, because I don't think it was better than Undead Unluck, this Zero Ichi song. Let's copy this range over here. At the bottom, I would say I need to listen to the first one now to like delineate between these two, but I do love the vibe of their voice. There's a lot of complexity to making these different vocal decisions as it relates to how the song is mixed, and there were so many moments where you hear these like soaring sirens over the top, and the fact that then Queen Bee sings over it and honestly matches it and has a voice that emulates many instruments, it's like a shock. It's like the shock factor, but it also is paired well with a very pleasant melody. So let me just listen back to the first one again now that we've had several songs removed, and appropriately rate these two. We'll listen to like half of it.
Release my soul out to the open road. I can stay here forever in this hollow. Oh, river, take me out, take me away, river. Oh, river, take me out to the unknown.
Yeah, I got it. It's a 7.9, and I believe this is a 7.7. Okay, I think I'm satisfied with my list. We'll talk about it.
Out into the ocean.
Okay, yeah, so just listening back to that little section, definitely I feel like it's a definitive 7. It's a high 7. The vocal melody is really just like what drives that rating for me. It's not so mind-blowing that I can put it in the 8s and the 9s, but it definitely is solid. And when I compare that to then the vocal performance in this Dororo anime, I think it's slightly weaker, even though the falsetto is very high. It feels a little bit more about hitting the high notes than it is about do the high notes exactly fit the mix. And it's not to say that they don't fit the mix. It doesn't contradict my earlier statement. It certainly does, but I think it's still a bit too out there, relatively speaking. I feel like if we dialed it just slightly back 6%, I think they would be pretty much on par with one another. But yeah, those are my ratings, so I'll just go in order now. So Vinland Saga River by Anonymous got a 7.9 out of 10. I think it's very reasonable. Then Undead Unluck Zero Ichi, 8.2 out of 10. And honestly, I do now in retrospect want to bump this up even to 8.4. I do think it's a little bit better than the rest melodically, and there's just so many impressive elements to this one. So I really like that. Oshinoko Fatale. It's unfortunate, but it gets the lowest rating I think I've given across the anime reactions I've done so far. It's too busy, too disjointed. I don't really remember any of the elements. The one thing I remember is one of the leading tone changes into the chorus, but then the chorus is like another key change and style change. And then I guess after the chorus, things got cohesive, but then they fell apart again at the end. Too much going on to understand. And I think even if you do understand all of it, like I said, it can only peak around, let's say a ceiling of 4, something like that. And then lastly here, the 7.7 with those amazing high vocals. Queen Bee, I think on average wins out the day, don't they? 7.7, 8.4, that is what a total? 16.1, so 8.05, yeah. Queen Bee, we love Queen Bee. Well, that's the reaction today. I hope y'all enjoyed. Subscribe if you did, and if you'd like to request a reaction yourselves, the link is in the description box below. It's the best way to support my channel. And as always, my friends, have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care, and peace.